Hi, everybody. Today we have a challenge for you, okay? Set aside 25 to 30 minutes and challenge yourself to do at least 5 portraits, 5 minutes each, and then leave them as they are, okay? The approach is simple. You choose your subject and paint. You can use a model if it helps, but ideally you paint from imagination, okay? And all you need to do is before you start, prepare all the materials, gather your favorite tools and surface, the paint, the brushes, whatever you are going to use, get ready and go. Okay, so let's start the first portrait. I'll be painting 6 of them, but to keep the video short, I'll speed up some parts, but everything you see will be exactly as it was filmed. So this is something that we used to do in art university, usually with live models, and it helps us better understand our artistic instincts. No time for details, just focus on the shapes and overall structure. It will help if you limit your color palette also, because the less you have to worry about, the more efficient the exercise is going to be for you. Nothing here is about accuracy. It's about decisions. It's about what to keep. It's about what to leave behind. Because in 5 minutes, we don't have time to do everything. So we are forced to choose. I hope you do this. Do it once, do it twice, do it as many times as you need, because not only it will help you make sharper decisions, but also it will help you find those little patterns that you wouldn't see in your own work if you keep on allowing yourself time to plan, so your work becomes mechanical, not instinctive, not about how you feel, but more about how you want it to be, how you want it to look like. Okay, so let's start our second portrait. This is where the pressure starts, because you start feeling the time. And usually this is where people begin to rush or hesitate, trying to fix things, trying to make it better. Maybe, just maybe, this is a trap that most people fall into, because the more you try to correct, the less clear your decisions become. Because rather than using the time to do new things, you kind of wasted trying to fix what is already done. We do the same thing all the time, okay? We delay things because we need more time for it, more time to do it properly, more time to make it worth it. So we wait. And then we wake up and realize that we have a pile of unfinished things, okay? Or things that we didn't even start, things that are still just being planned or waiting to be done. But for some reason, we allow our need for control to get in the way. It is both amazing and also a sad thing, because often we miss the best things when we try to control them too much. We want things to be done our way. We want people to agree with us because, of course, we are always right, always. And anyone who doesn't agree must be wrong. Simple like that. So that attitude works sometimes, only sometimes, because every now and then we deal with people that make things difficult, but sometimes we are who make things difficult. Okay, we just have to be honest with ourselves, because wanting to be in control of everything stops us from enjoying some of the best things in life, not because they didn't happen or they weren't good, but simply because they didn't happen the way we planned or envisioned. So this exercise helps us to let go of that need for control and enjoy things more as they come. We don't have time to waste, so let's go to the third one. At this point, you're already feeling the pressure, and it helps because you stop trying to control everything and something else might appear, okay? Not better results, but clearer behavior because you start to see how you actually work when there's no time to hide. Most of what shapes anything doesn't come from big, perfect moments. It comes from the small ones, okay? And we just need to stay open so we don't ignore them or miss them because in our heads, they might feel too short to matter. Okay, time for our fourth of the day. Same process, nothing changes, only our state might. So less resistance, less expectation, and the work becomes more direct because 5 minutes will force you to be present. You don't have time to drift. And that's where something shifts because time is not duration, is attention. 5 minutes fully engaged is not the same as an hour distracted. You could keep working with the same model, but it is more effective to switch between portraits because otherwise you end up correcting the last drawing instead of building a fresh one. So your attention shifts to what you already did rather than the current piece actually requires. So what we want, actually what we need is less focus on the past and more on the present. Now, our fifth. By now, you're not trying to make something good. You're just working. And that's important. A lot of things we postpone are not actually impossible. They just don't match the idea we have for them. We think they need to be longer, to be better, to be more complete. So we simply don't start. And most things just need to be started. They don't need anything other than that you start them. And of course, they need repetition. Finally, our portrait number 6, okay? By now, we are both tired, especially if you didn't stop between the portraits, but also you are making sharper decisions, okay? You're not trying to describe the face, you're not trying to suggest something behind it. And that's interesting because with less time, you don't build complexity, you reveal it. You simplify shapes, and by doing that, the feeling can become stronger. Now, what I will suggest you to do is after you finish everything, don't look at them just now, okay? Leave them to rest, go do anything, give yourself an hour or two, and only after that you come to the portraits with a fresh mind. If you need, leave them there for a whole day, okay? And only after you go and check what you've done. So when you do that, look at them together, okay? Not individually, but as a group. Some will work, most of them won't, and that expected. But look at the patterns, what you simplified, what you exaggerated, what you avoided. That's the real result. Okay, so if there is one thing to take away from this exercise is that you don't need more time, you need a clearer use of it. Life's not made of large, perfect blocks, it's made of small moments, well lived moments. Okay. And what makes them matter is not how long they last, but how present you are in them. So this exercise is just a small version of that. You reduce the time, you increase the focus. And then something appears. Not necessarily perfection, but certainly direction. So these are the results of what we have done today. I hope you enjoyed the exercise. I hope you do this. Do it once, do it twice, do it as many times as you need, because when you pressure yourself to think fast, to work fast, to act fast, to make sharper decisions, you certainly will let your artistic voice, your artistic instinct speak louder. Okay? As always, keep on practicing and thank you for joining us.